Right, good morning everyone from the P&O Azura. We've arrived back in Tenerife now, which means only one thing. It's getting ever closer to that time that we have to disembark. Well, that's my final check to the room now done. So it is pretty much time to say goodbye. We've got about 4 hours until we have to leave the ship though, which is good. So that should give us enough time to sort of hopefully let the buffet calm down a bit. It's always a bit of a nightmare on changeover day. And then we'll be at the airport, which would be good to get some Wi-Fi, because I haven't had any Wi-Fi the whole holiday because it was really expensive on this one for some reason, so I didn't get it, and there wasn't any in the port either, so people are probably really worried about me, and or they won't care, I don't know, we'll find out later. But yeah, in about 12 and a half hours, we should be back in London, so we're definitely on our way home now, but it's time to see, I guess, if there's some sun, last minute sun we can get from Tenerife before we go. So let's go.
so we should make up quite a bit of that time. And then just 5 minutes after getting up to stand after that. That's potentially going to take 20 minutes, so my best suggestion is take a seat. We are trying every possible action to get the seat steps out. You guys still get an alternate set to you. We can't move the aircraft, we've already been told that. We are still trying a few other things, so we'll keep working on it and I'll update you as soon as possible.
Alright, hopefully you can hear me alright, because I'm currently driving, but I thought it's so late that I'm going to have to do the outro bit whilst I'm driving, because I'm going to get home quite late. First thing I want to say is, bloody hell, there's a bit of a temperature change. So it's currently -3 degrees here in London. So -3, I think it was 23 when I left Tenerife, so there's a little bit of a temperature change, just a little bit. So it's very cold. When I got to the car, it was completely frosted over. So that was fun trying to defrost all of that. Let's talk about the flights. So the flight to Tenerife was brilliant, I think. The way back was not so straightforward. So basically, we got to Tenerife. So we didn't leave the ship till 12:30, which was pretty good. We got half a day on the ship. And then we got to Tenerife. And then obviously the flight was delayed. It was only delayed by about half an hour in the end, but we ended up leaving, I think, about an hour late, which we learnt was because there was snow on the plane. So I think when it left London this morning, it was obviously snowing or something. Obviously meant it had to be de-iced, which meant it was a little bit delayed, but that was fine. We actually landed about 20 minutes later than what we should have done. Because we left later, we were able to take a bit of a shortcut, they said, so we made up some of that time getting back. So we were only 20 minutes late getting back to London Gatwick. Unfortunately, when we got to London Gatwick, there was another problem. So basically, they'd got these stairs there ready to let us to get off the plane, but the stairs had frozen over. You can see a bit of a trend with the weather in London at the moment, is that it's snowing and it's very icy. So there was an issue with that, and they tried to move the plane, but they couldn't move the plane or something, so they had to get another set of stairs, and they couldn't de-ice the stairs or something, I don't really know. So there were some issues there, so we ended up, I think it was about an hour. It was about an hour we were delayed getting off the plane, which wasn't ideal. Again, it's one of those things, you know, it can't be helped, but it was annoying, obviously, with the travelling and everything that we've got to do to get home. It's been a long day, a lot longer than I was imagining it to be. I was meant to be sort of getting home about now, so that's not going to work. So obviously there's a massive temperature change, which I didn't really plan for, because the only sort of jumper and stuff I bought was the one that got soaked in Madeira, I think it was called. And it's still wet now. That's the annoying thing. It's still wet now, so I'm not able to wear that. So I've got a shirt, a t-shirt, and then a shirt on top of it, and I'm wearing my shorts. I think everyone's looking at me like I'm a bit crazy, like a proper tourist. Overall, I think it's been a good holiday. I've enjoyed it. Obviously, it was my first solo flight holiday where I flew out. Would I do it again? Yeah, I think I would. The problem is, when you cruise from Britain, you're sort of restricted to where you can go. I mean, to be fair, you could do a Canary Island cruise from Southampton, to be fair. There you go, guys. That is the end of my cruise on the P&O Azura, 7 nights in the Canary Islands. And of course, I'm feeling the sort of blues at the moment of not being on a cruise. But you know what they say, the best way to cure the blues of not being on a cruise is to go on another cruise. And I can tell you that I will be going on another cruise next month. Actually, I'll be on another cruise. To be fair, it is like 7 weeks away. It is 50 days actually, because I checked when I was flying home. 50 days I will be boarding another cruise ship. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, 50 days I will be boarding another ship. It's going to be bigger and better in every way to any cruise I've been on, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So I'd like to thank you for joining me on my adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if your thoughts on it, if you're on the same cruise, if you've been on similar cruises, what you thought really, and I'll be sure to read through them. That's it, guys. I'm going to concentrate on driving home and try not to spin out my car on the potentially slippery roads, which is probably quite important. So I'll get back to you when I get back. All right, so the time is now 1:37 a.m. and I've just arrived at home. It's been a long day, but I thank you for joining me and experiencing that day. And I'll see you in Southampton. But for now, I'm going to go to bed. It's 2 in the morning, man. It's crazy. Should have been in bed ages ago, but, Good night, everyone.